Story 1. Am I the asshole for cheating on my emotionally unavailable BF? I think I'm gonna get downvoted for this, but anyways, I, 18F, met my BF, 21M, on a dating app. It was my first experience with relationships at this point. He's older than me and was very persuasive in his attempts to date me, even though I didn't feel that attracted to him at first. Our relationship started about 3 months ago. He was kinda shy and cute and adored me. It seemed that way to me, at least. We've hung out really rarely and started doing sexual stuff about 3 weeks after we started dating. I liked it, he didn't force me to do any of that. But he was very adamant about having real sex. But since I was virgin, I was kind of scared of that. Later on, he started being distant. He didn't text me as much as he used to. "I miss you" was being used almost never. Even though we haven't seen each other for a long period of time, he explained that with different schedules. But he still got the time to crack the cold one with the boys every so often. Oh well, he's never asked me about my opinion on things, my relationship background, family situation, nothing. He seemed very surface level, at least towards me. Then I've had to go to an unexpected trip because of family issues. He knew that, but never asked when I was coming back. Didn't even bother to pick me up at the airport. Didn't text me the whole day after. I bawled my eyes out thinking that he even in the slightest didn't care about me. Finally, I got the text about him not being sober and missing me. Great. I was sad. I tried to address that, but he just told me that he knew he had this problem and that he had to go to sleep. Okay, I say. Next day, I broke up with him. I did it in a delicate manner, told him that he's a great person and I'm thankful for everything, but we are not to be together. He said that he knew that he has a problem, but he wants to change, etc. Okay, we made up. I think I was feeling resent towards him. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why. I'm not trying to paint myself as a victim here. I'm the only one who's made this decision. So the very next day, I cheated on him with a guy I just met on Tinder. I didn't feel anything. No guilt, no disgust, nothing. A few hours later, the weight of my deed crushed me. I cried on my way to work because I felt what an awful human being I was. Even though he's not the best, he didn't deserve that. It's a vile thing to do to anyone. I didn't like cheating on him and honestly, don't want to do it again. No matter what, it's better to break up than to act that way. He still doesn't know anything about me being unfaithful. So, we decided to meet 2 weeks ago, and he's never talked to me since. I didn't try to reach out because he seemed distant, and I didn't want to be clingy. And since I cheated on him, I didn't feel that attached to that relationship anyways. I think it's pretty clear that we're not dating anymore. Am I the asshole?
I think she is an asshole. What do you guys think? Comment below. Story 2. Am I the asshole for yelling at my brother for cheating while he was finally accepting his sexuality? My brother, M30, and me, 38M, grew up in a very religious household. My father was all about good Christian family values, and yet, ironically, he cheated my mom all the time and he expected for us to accept it. I hated his guts, but my brother always tried to please him, to have his approval. When he was a teen, we shared a desktop computer, and he sometimes forgot to delete his browser history. I noticed he went many gay support sites, so I thought he might be into guys. I never asked because A, it was his choice to tell me when he was ready, and B, I didn't care. He was my brother, and I love him. I understood why he would keep it quiet, though. If he came out when we were living with our father, I knew Shito would hit the fan. Years passed and he didn't came out even after losing contact with our dad. I thought that maybe he was just exploring his sexuality back then, or he was bi or whatever, because he got a GF and married her 5 years ago. This girl, let's call her Julie, is an angel. She got along with everyone and she became fast friends with my wife, who sees her as her little sister of sorts. I owe her a lot because she was instrumental into making my wife accept she needed help after going through a terrible postpartum depression. Fast forward to this week. Julie call us sobbing and tell us my brother is cheating on her and that his lover is a male friend of his from work. This has been going on since 3 years ago or so. I went ballistic and I called him. I told him he was doing the same thing to Julie as our father did to our mom. My brother then tells me he was struggling with accepting he was gay all this time and that I should be more understanding. He accused me, then I was so mad because he was gay and implied I was low-key discriminating him. I told him that cheating is cheating and that Julie doesn't deserve this. We haven't talked in days and I am starting to feel guilty. Maybe I should have been more tactful. I don't know. I just feel that cheating doesn't have a free pass at all. Am I the asshole?
I think he is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below.
Story 3. Am I the asshole for defending my son who cheated on his girlfriend against my daughter? So, me, 45M, and my wife, 43F, have 2 kids, one son, 17M, and one daughter, 16F, both still in high school. The situation here is that my son cheated on his last girlfriend. They broke up several months ago, but he really hurt her feelings by cheating on her and then dumping her. He's done this with the 2 previous girlfriends he had as well. Me and my wife don't condone this at all. However, we don't like to punish him for it either. We don't really want to get involved with his romantic life. But really, my wife agrees with me that punishing him would be a bad idea. Even though he has issues with those types of things, he's a great kid. He's got outstanding grades, among the best in the school. He's competed in debating tournaments, and he's an amazing athlete. As crude as it sounds, he's all around amazing. He's made us so proud as parents, he does our family proud. As it stands, he even has a shot at getting acceptance into an Ivy League school, or a school of equivalent caliber, if he goes for MIT Stanford types. If he wasn't doing much with this life, we would have more incentive to punish him, I guess. But really, the way things are, we don't want to give him too much negative treatment. In fact, for most of his life, we have disciplined him when he seriously misbehaved. But for the most part, we took a more positive approach and told him he can achieve whatever he wants in life. My wife smothers him a lot more than I do, but really, we're proud of where he is going. Now my daughter is also great, but she seems to be taking serious issue with our non-punishment of his cheating. This caused a big argument recently as she shouted at us that he can't keep getting away with treating people like crap. She was making reference to his ex who he cheated on, and also said that he is a monster for cheating. She was very emotional during this argument, but I think this was because our son's ex-girlfriend was also my daughter's friend. Why else would she get so emotional over him cheating? So we just told her, look, you're emotional right now. If you want to keep acting like a baby, then do so, but you're not going to achieve anything. You shouldn't be talking about your brother like that. We offered to take her out for a family meal, and she refused and moped around in her room. We're not going to punish our son, but she seems to be really mopey about this. Am I the asshole?
I think he is an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below.
Story 4. Am I the asshole? I wouldn't let my cheating wife talk to our son on his birthday. At the end of April 2021, I found out my wife of almost 11 years had been having an affair with a man that she works with. She told me she didn't know why she had done it, as she wasn't attracted to him and didn't have feelings for him at all. She just did it for the attention. I forgave her almost immediately, as I truly felt she was the love of my life and my soulmate. 2 weeks after I found out about the affair, she admitted to me that she had been falling out of love with me for a few months, but didn't know why and didn't think there was anything that could be done to bring her feelings for me back, so she asked for a divorce. Over the next few months, I lost 30 pounds due to anxiety and depression and lack of sleep. My wife started dating the man she cheated on me with and promptly informed our 4 young kids about her relationship. I asked her not to talk about her boyfriend in front of our kids yet, since I didn't feel it was appropriate this early into our divorce process. And it was clear that my 10 and 11-year-old children were uncomfortable with the situation. My wife even tried to force our kids to FaceTime with her new boyfriend a month ago, and it made my oldest son so uncomfortable that he hid under his bed sheets. I asked her to not expose the kids to him anymore for at least 4 to 6 months, and that she can enjoy her time with him, but to leave the kids out of it. This week was our youngest son's 6th birthday, and I had reluctantly asked if she wanted to get together as a family to celebrate, as it was my custodial night with the kids, and I wanted to be nice. We had agreed to meet up and to keep things civil. The night before the party, my wife FaceTimed my kids while she was at her new boyfriend's house, which made me sick to my stomach and made my kids visibly uncomfortable. So after the call, I texted her and told her I didn't think it was a good idea to get together for the party anymore, because of how anxious I knew I would be around her, and I didn't want to say or do anything in front of our kids that I might regret. She was very upset about this because she wanted to be able to see our son on his birthday, To which I responded by telling her, "Divorce sucks, and if you wanted to see and speak to our kids every day, that she shouldn't have cheated and asked to end the marriage." I also informed her that I do not want her calling our kids on their days with me anymore, as it's my court-appointed time, and since my son's birthday fell on my night, this meant that I didn't want her to call him. I said if our son asked to call her, I would let him, but he never did. She tried to get her attorney involved, but he told her there's really nothing legally wrong with my request, and not much he could do. Needless to say, she didn't get to talk to him or see him on his birthday because of her actions. Am I the asshole in this situation?
I think he is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below. Story 5. Am I the asshole for staying in grad school while my husband is struggling to get a job? To be fair, he now has a job, but it pays significantly less and was the only one he could get since being unemployed as of July. I am a full-time public school teacher, a mom, and a grad school student. I wanted to attend graduate school to further pursue my education and have a master's degree that would slightly increase my salary as well as give me more options for the future. I am well aware that my salary input for my family is low as an educator. I wish I could make more money. Who doesn't? And have thought of leaving education purely to bring in more income for our family. I love my job. I've wanted to be a kindergarten teacher my whole life. I also love going to school, and on a whim last year applied to my dream university for grad school and got in. I now have just 2 semesters left before graduation, but this summer my husband lost his job and we struggled to make ends meet. I feel extremely guilty about grad school. TBH, my husband makes me feel bad about it too, and basically tells me I'm being selfish. I hope it benefits our family in the long run. It's so hard doing this dream thing while feeling unsupported and that I'm basically an asshole for sticking it out. AITA?
I think she is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below. Subscribe for more interesting stories.